There are a lot of depression cases when pandemic occur, especially to students due to their workloads and isolation from the outside world. However, if our school setting will shift to face-to-face classes, then it will positively affect both the students and the professors, for they will have much interactions with one another and it will lessen their negative thoughts. I believe that we shouldn't search for happiness because it starts from us. The feeling of happiness is not always a requirement to have a happy life, because the thing that we should do is practice having a optimistic mind and avoid letting negative thoughts foster within ourselves.
Risk is at the heart of the argument against bringing students back to campus. According to this school of thought, the risk of bringing back a significant number of students are not worth the benefit of this strategy. Those who are skeptical of return to campus plan will point out that these institutional plans were made before COVID-19 surge. The concerns about resuming residential education in the fall extend beyond students' immediate concerns. Individual schools, the argument goes, may be contributing to a less favorable public health environment by bringing students back to campus. These concerns extend beyond the appropriate dangers posed by COVID-19 to faculty and staff due to their age and other potential risk factors. The concern is that regardless of how advanced the testing, social distancing, and disinfect strategies are, residential learning will inevitably contribute to the spread of COVID-19 according to the argument.
I chose the topic subjective well-being. I believe that some students are happy to be in a face-to-face session because they can concentrate and learn more. Some students' behavior may not be consistent and predictable because some are still getting used to attend face-to-face classes. There are various reasons to expect that students might be shocked, shy, or uncomfortable in some ways. Coming to class in person still has its benefits. We can feel more at ease and learn more quickly in a familiar traditional classroom setting. Therefore, it is necessary to look at how students view both in-person and online learning situations. In order to have face-to-face classes, we must understand how essential subjective well-being is. This relates to how we feel about our lives, and we must be happy to spread happiness to those who aren't ready to face-to-face education.
Your thoughts and feelings are a reflection of one another. You live in a world of thought because your attention to certain thoughts causes certain emotions and physical reactions in your body. You live in a thinking world because your thought drive your experiences. As a result, you become aware of what you're thinking, since your way of thinking drive your emotion and physical responses. Parang dito naapektuhan ng well-being mo sa paraan mo kung paano ka mag-isip. Kung positive ang nasa isip mo, positive din ang emotions na nararamdaman mo, then positive din ang mga ma-manifest mo sa life mo to fulfill your well-being.
Good day, everyone. This topic is all about how we think and how we feel. Makakonect ko siya sa this coming face-to-face is, I take this is positive way. Because sabi nga dun sa topic, na kung ano man yung iniisip mo, ay siya yung nakaka-epekto rin sa'yo. Siyempre, yung mood is malaki epekto yun kung ano yung pinapakita mo ngayon. Or kaya itong face to face na to, I will take it a positive way na may matutunan ako panibago na hindi ko natutunan sa online class. At ito na yung chance natin para masunod yung ma-meet natin yung mga taong nasa online lang, mga prof natin. Yun.
When face-to-face setup had been approved, a lot of students, parents, faculty members, and staff of the university felt agitated and anxious about what will happen. However, the university staff and faculty members give assurance to the people to their safety. The university itself and its people make sure that everyone acts in accordance with the COVID-19 safety protocols. These efforts makes the people felt assured and secure. Just like how it's stated by Kirla Lighthall, that when we face difficulties, if we can interpret it positively, we can turn a possible dilemma into an advantage. And that is how exactly our university did for us to participate in the face-to-face class setup. They gave us assurances and reasons to feel safeness and security while we're inside the campus.
So, we set about changing our surrounding in the expectation that doing so will bring about the requirement transformation we desire. We purchased good to increase our materialistic contentment. We travel to get away from our issues. We look for drugs to make us forget and to dull our minds. But naturally, we end up back here we began. Dissatisfied with our current situation, the cycle keeps going round and round. We spend money, travel, and we forget always concentrating the outside elements. We need to change to improve our situation. This occurs because we inherently believe that external change is the beginning.
Since the initial face-to-face has been implemented and classmates have seen each other already, we became more comfortable with one another. The next academic year will be way more fun than the last time. Familiar faces will be seen and we'll be spending more time together. But, since we only became close with each other during online classes, it might be quite risky and harder to go with each other's real attitude. For our section, we are separated by friend groups. Along with this, low-key backstabbing each other can be felt. Each group have their own attitude, as well as voice tone that can be a cause of altercation. During online class, students have learned to help each other and thus gain more trust. And with the coming face-to-face, we will be more cozy with each other and hopefully manage to create a warm environment.
The topic that I chose to explain my impression of the incoming face-to-face class and the behavior of the people who are going to school was how we think impacts how we feel, because it shows the behavior of our student and the people who go to school, similar to teachers and other staff. People who went to school shows the importance of this topic because people in the school always interact with each other, and you can think negatively because it will have bad impact. For example, the student thinks badly of his classmate. So what will happen is that their relationship will also be ugly. And in the incoming face-to-face class, if you think negative, then you will have negative perspective.
Well-being is important to our overall health and happiness. As a student who is currently transitioning from online class to face-to-face class settings, it is difficult for me to adjust and cope in this kind of situation. Our well-being is very important to us students at these moments as we transition from online to face-to-face classes, because individual well-being of students is influenced by interactions with their environment, the material resources available to them, and student response to external opportunities and stressors. Research also confirms that students do better in school when they are emotionally and physically healthy. They miss fewer classes, are less likely to engage in risky or antisocial behavior, concentrate more, and achieve higher test scores.
I am going to talk about the topic how we think impacts how we feel, because ever since the pandemic happened, I felt that all of the things that I wanted to do have become more difficult to accomplish. I had a hard time having friendships with other people, which had a major impact on me since I am an overthinker. And because of this, I believe that when the face-to-face classes begin, it will not be easy for me, and that it will take a lot of effort on my part to get through this kind of challenge, interacting with my classmates, which I've been trying to overcome and at least be able to socialize with them confidently.